ouest de la RDC qui dépendent de l'industrie ougandaise ou des industries de la East African Community.
And then I would like to conclude by saying that in Ituri region, most people depend on Uganda, depend on things which come from Uganda. So I would like this cooperation to continue.
Et enfin, je veux profiter de la présence de son Excellence, Monsieur le Ministre des Finances, pour rappeler les projets du développement des infrastructures. The road project between Goli and Bunia. We have already inspected the road with the people from Ugandan National Road Authority. We have already make the studies, the beginning of the studies. That road is our priority because it will link Ugandan side, Nebi district, and all this part of Westnile to Ituri province.
J'aimerais que vraiment la route qui passe à partir de Goli soit vraiment faite puisque c'est très très stratégique pour toute activité commerciale ici.
If His Excellency Minister of Finance can take our voice,
si le ministère
the government, the Ugandan
Finances pourrait
government,
prendre ça au sérieux,
to help those people who are waiting, to who have already said that Uganda and Congo will build this road.
Et si vraiment on croit que vraiment cette route est construite, vraiment ça va nous aider beaucoup.
Et enfin, for to close,
Pour
je
terminer,
tiens à remercier l'organisation,
en la fin,
à remercier the Ugandan Investment Authority
I would
pour
like
nous
to
avoir associés,
thank the Uganda Investment Authority
mais aussi tous les districts frères de
And
Nebi,
also-
Pakwach,
and-
Arua,
and also
Zombo and
sister
others,
districts
pour nous avoir associés afin que nous
for
puissions ici
associating us,
rassurer la partie
for
ougandaise
assuring us
que l'Ituri en tant que province
to say
tient-
Ituri as a province
tient à l'amélioration des relations transfrontalières entre le peuple de la partie ougandaise et la population iturienne.
to really bring in DRC Congo and in particular Ituri for all investments.
J'ai amené avec moi quelques 5 copies de la carte postale de la province de l'Ituri, a profile of Ituri province,
I've come with some maps of
which can show
Ituri province.
some opportunity, some
You can also
potential
show you
that
some
we have in Ituri,
J'aimerais vous montrer aussi quelques cartes pour Ituri,
afin que les opérateurs économiques, les investisseurs qui sont ici, mais aussi la Ugandan Investment Authority, puissent avoir une idée de ce que l'Ituri possède comme potentiel, mais aussi de son organisation sur le plan géographique, mais aussi de la disparité des grandes agglomérations où la population dépend à 90% de l'industrie ougandaise et de la East African Community.
I want to show the map so that you know very well the map of Ituri, and you know also very well that much of the population from that side of Ituri depends on our resources here.
Pour nous, en tant que gouvernement provincial, nous allons sensibiliser les opérateurs économiques et les investisseurs congolais. À l'instant, nous sommes devenus membres de la East African Community. L'équipe de la Ugandan Investment Authority l'a dit, we become a domestic investors from yesterday.
Il a dit que nous sommes déjà devenus les investisseurs locaux, mais domestiques dans cette région. Nous sommes déjà une partie de l'Afrique de l'Est.
Nous allons sensibiliser nos opérateurs économiques et nos investisseurs que la donne vient de changer. Ils sont devenus investisseurs domestiques en Ouganda et éventuellement appeler les opérateurs économiques ougandais à aller explorer les opportunités d'investissement en RDC, particulièrement en province de l'Ituri.
We shall also inform our people there that they are now part of investors here, even they can be part of investors here in Uganda, as Ugandans who are here can also go there to invest in Congo.
Enfin, je m'arrête là en espérant que une rencontre bilatérale entre les opérateurs économiques de la Westnile, dont les districts sont ici présents, et ceux des districts ou de la province de l'Ituri pourra avoir lieu afin que nous puissions très vite mettre en pratique l'entrée de la RDC dans la East African Community, mais aussi améliorer les échanges transfrontaliers sur le plan commercial, économique et des investissements au bénéfice de nos populations de deux pays. Je dis et je vous remercie.
Yeah, I would wish that a similar conference also takes place in Congo so that we carry out what has been talked about quickly for the good of our place.
Très bonne suite des travaux à tous les participants.
Yeah, I stop here. I thank everybody.
Surely, thunderous applause for the DRC team. Our chief guest, I thought myself and Honorable Anita were the only ones who knew French, but I was happy that when they were speaking French, point after point, myself and Anita were joined by several Ugandans who seemed to know French. So, merci. Thank you so much for understanding the French. Our chief guest, I always tell people that relationships build trade investment very quickly. So our people here in Westnile have always encouraged them. If they can begin picking their partners from across the border, this begins to ease our doing of business with our partners. But to do that, you must learn some French. Sasa naomba watu wa West Nile, hii lugha ya French. Sasa nataka tuende kwa shule how do you say study in French? No, écoutez, étudier, education, étudier, to learn, il est étudier. And in Swahili, how do you say to learn? Twende kwa shule, kusome. Twende tusome ile French, kwa shule. Si wabibi wote when you open your mouth unasema ile lugha ya French, wanakuja Uganda. Na ile investment inakuja, na hiyo yote tunaenda Congo, tunafanya investment, si ndio? All right. I thought that would wake up my brothers and sisters. I know we need some sugar in the system, and lunch is served, but before that, allow me to invite the chairman of Uganda Investment Authority to invite our Minister of State for Northern Uganda, who will invite our colleagues to speak. Thank you very much, Chair.
Thank you very much. It's now my profound opportunity to invite the Honorable Minister of State for Northern Uganda, Honorable Grace Kiwachwin, to come and address this gathering. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Chairman, Uganda Investment Authority. Let me do this so that I can also put off my mask. The Honorable Minister of Finance, Honorable Matia Kasaija, we always call him Big Daddy, because where he is, things can happen. Honorable Anita, my sister, Minister of State for Privatization and Investment, Minister Huda Olero, my sister, Minister of State for Veteran Affairs, the members of Parliament, the delegation from DR Congo, the district leaders, chairpersons, and RDCs here, the Investment Authority, your staff, ED, and all of you who have come here, and all of you ladies and gentlemen. I'm so delighted to be here speaking at this investment symposium today. Yesterday, I was coming from Omoro, where we buried our late Right Honorable Speaker. And when I reached here, I saw too much light. And I said, no, this is not Nebi District, where are we? And that is why I asked Honorable Anita, I said, after this, what? Will the lights continue, or there is going to be darkness? What will we start with? Because after this, we really have to start. I want to thank His Excellency the President for having this vision of industrialization, and Honorable Minister Kasaija for picking it up, and Anita for running with it, because we really need to change our vocabulary. We need to change our vocabulary from the usual poverty lamentation and a lot of suffering and a lot of negativity about West Nile lagging behind to vocabularies of investment, industrialization, market access, job creation, just like the theme here says. And for that reason, I'm going to be a mobilizer, as it were. I think my office of Northern Uganda is responsible for pacification, and pacification really means mobilization. So from now on, it is mobilization for industrialization, it's mobilization for investment. I once attended an international conference, and a Tunisian spoke on behalf of African, and you know the Tunisians are not black, they are white. So even within us, we are still thinking, I think this is a Muzungu speaking. But he was saying, we Africans, we should stop romancing with poverty. It clicked in my mind, said, what? What does it mean? We should stop romancing with poverty. We should think big. For us in Northern Uganda, one of the descriptions that has really tied us is subsistence. We do subsistence. We think subsistence. We should break that and start thinking big. I have seen the list of potential investments here in this book, and I really see that 99% of it we can do locally, because it is from local materials, from local resources. I only see very few. Now when you talk about cement bricks, is now when we cross the Nile to begin looking for the cement. Shoe polish, I don't know where we get the raw material from. Paint, manufacturing, soap, only a few we can cross somewhere, but it is not also a bad thing to cross somewhere. We need to build on what we have. We have the potential here. So, Honorable Minister, when that Tunisian said that, quickly my mind ran to our names, and I listed 30 names of the allure from Nebi, from Greater Nebi, talking about poverty and misery. 30 names. I will not, let me just sample. Achan, Jachan, Pichan, Fuachan, Chanfua, Chanpara, Chanuroma, 30 names. I said, no, we break this in Jesus' name. And then I crossed to my brothers in Arua, Chandia, Chandiga, Alioru, poverty. Let's break that in Jesus' name. Let's change the narrative. There are challenges, of course, of investment, but we have potentials, we have land, and I want to thank this community that has given land. We have labor, and another one I want to break in Jesus' name is sitting at the roadside doing nothing. Really. We have resources, able-bodied people, able-bodied youth looking for employment. But how do you get the employment? Of course, we have some history relating to this. Also, our educational background is a little poor. Our transition from primary to secondary, to university, to tertiary education is a little poor, but we can work on that. We need to develop, we need to strengthen our capacities, we need to give more time to develop our skills. Industrialization, West Nile also has a history. In those days, there was a Koro Coffee Factory. There was Pakwach Cotton Ginnery. There was Rhino Camp Cotton Ginnery. There was Ajumani Cotton Ginnery. There was Westnile Tobacco Factory. But I think they have also left us. They are not with us now. They are not supporting us. Or is it us not supporting these factories? The raw materials are not adequate to run these factories. The raw materials are subsistence level. These crops need large acreage of land, but still we do very little. We need to strengthen this. But also, Honorable Minister, I would like to say that these institutions I have mentioned had challenges. And we are looking to you and me, to government, to compensate where they lost during the war so that they can come up. Because we are looking for resources. We are looking for access to finances, to capital. If Okoro Coffee Union was refunded, if Pakwach Cotton Ginnery was refunded, compensated, if these factories were compensated, maybe now that our eyes are opened, we can do things differently. Like the late Right Honorable Speaker would always say, let's do things differently so that we can develop. I want to uphold a few of our investors here, the local investors, the likes like Okaba Vincent with fuel stations, the likes like Bob was already introduced, KG Aduba with the hotels, and many others. We really need to break the poverty circle so that we can also be people with resources and meaningful resources. I would like to look at our interaction with our neighbors. In Gulu, government is constructing a logistics hub, a one-stop center, and it is soon being completed. And in this center, there'll be clearance of goods. And I have always asked myself, once it is completed this year, which goods is it going to clear? Where are the goods going to come from? We have a list of these opportunities that have been given. I wish we could start it tomorrow. The rains have delayed, but the Ministry of Finance and Government of Uganda is giving us funds. There is a Myoga Fund sitting with us. Soon the Parish Development Model Funds is coming, also going to sit with us. This money is coming here. I will regret if these finances cannot make a difference in our lives. Small as it is, it can be a beginning of a journey. I will regret if our parishes in West Nile will remain inadequate when other parishes in other districts and in other regions are progressing. I would really like to appeal that we need to think strategically. At the end of financial year, last year, in the northern region, we were mobilizing and were even trying to identify which were our real valuable commodities in West Nile. I have seen them all in this list, but I have not seen meat. I hear meat in Congo is sold in dollars, $150 a kilo. I'm told a goat goes for $100 or $120, one goat, and we have this land here. My point is, we have talked about market access, but I think this meeting and this investment should help us to analyze our markets so that we can develop markets for each of these commodities with meaning. And so this brings me to what I would like to recommend, because I know it's going to be a long day. I would like to recommend that for all the commodities listed here, we need to do in-depth value chain analysis up to the market. What do we invest where and at what time? Up to the market strategy. I would also like to say, and I have heard some people already say it, that there would be support, but I would like to say that we should strategically position ourselves and strategically invest. There is going to be no reason to say everything is a priority. We have to prioritize which commodities are best for us. The roads, I'm happy our Congo delegate has already talked about. Also, our own chairperson of Nebi District Local Government talked about of our internal roads here. We need them. We need these in order to facilitate our trade. We need security in order to be comfortable and trade properly. I really look forward that in the next months we are going to progress, because for me I feel like that child whom the parent is saying, tomorrow we are going to go to Kampala by bus, and he's entering the bus for the first time. Or tomorrow we are going to Dubai and he's going to enter the plane for the first time. That is the excitement I feel in me. I'm looking in the future of Westnile, that tomorrow is going to be different, that tomorrow is going to be hope for our children and our future. And maybe our names will even change, because there'll be blessings, there'll be opportunities to take us to the next level. And I really also appreciate, I want to add to the voice of our moderator, we need to open our language. You cannot do business with one language. You cannot do business with Alur only, Alur language. We have to learn languages. We suffered one short story. One time many years ago, we went to Switzerland, and we were East Africa and South Africa and Asia and Caribbean, and then they said each continent should present some cultural activity which define them. For us in Africa, even no language could unite us. Because for us in East Africa alone, Uganda is English. Tanzania and Kenya at least some Swahili. So we settled in for Kiswahili. And so what did we do? We just did a small song, Hakuna Matata. Jambo, jambo bwana, habari gani, mzuri sana. That's where we ended. That was Hakuna Matata. That's what we ended. With these few remarks, let me invite you, my sister Honorable Huda Olero, to also say a few remarks, and thereafter you invite Honorable Anite. Welcome.
Can I take that opportunity of being an MC just for a second, and we give a special thanks to our sister who has been talking in a way of our courtesy of this country. Can I say Asante Sana? Thank you very much, my sister, for those wonderful words, and all those who had spoken before you. Our Minister for Finance and Economic Development and Planning, and my sister, Honorable Anite, the members of Parliament here, our delegates from our neighbor country, Congo, and those are the people where a majority of my husband's clans are. I got married in a clan called Morodo, and 80% of us are here in Congo. That yesterday, we have become a one country. I need around 1,000 acres of land so that I begin to grow palm oil. Because now soap has become very expensive, But for us to reduce the price of a shop, we must grow palm oil. Therefore, I'm going back home to get a land and become a very big planter of palm oil. All the people here, Honorable Minister of Finance, I want to say that as a Minister of Defense, we are going to be directly involved in the development of Westnile Investment Park. Why? The Minister of Defense has a business arm, has a commercial arm called NEC. NEC is National Enterprise Corporation that does business for the ministry, and it is a proven company. It is proven in terms of the quality that they offer. It is proven in the quality of efficiency. If you look at all the companies in this country, we do projects at a lower cost because we are not so much profit-oriented as a government company. We are so effective. When work is given to us, we do it within the time given to us. Therefore, the construction of the roads of this park, I am sure it's going to be NEC to do it. Therefore, as a ministry, we are directly involved in the construction of this park. Honorable Minister and colleagues here, we shall continue to mobilize the local businessmen of this area and the local farmers of this area. We have potential business people of Westnile that can put wonderful factories in this park. Well, we will also involve or continue to mobilize others, which is the major role of Honorable Anita and the Honorable Grace. As the Member of Parliament from Westnile, I will support you so much in mobilizing our people here so that they must be part of this factory and we stop that myth. I don't know whether it is myth or it is a truth, where we strongly believe that for us we are born to be poor and we continue to remain poor, which we can change. And indeed, with creation of this park, I think that myth will continue to change. Honorable Minister, in Westnile, in every household, you will get a veteran or a child of a veteran. Therefore, for us to succeed, that we shall get enough resources, as a minister in charge of veteran affairs, I'm going to take it as a responsibility that I must mobilize these people to participate. Because these are people who have looked at themselves and they have even branded themselves as a marginalized communities. Therefore, normally they don't participate in government programs that are there. Therefore, it is my opportunity to tell them that you are part of this program. Please wake up. Produce the resources that are needed for the factories that are going to be in this park. Please open the land. Produce so that we have enough local resources for the park. I have to do that because it is my responsibility, Honorable Minister. Honorable Minister, it's already 2. I don't want to waste a lot of your time and people's time. I'm very grateful that you have given me the opportunity at least to voice what I thought I would. And I'm excited that I'm in this meeting, and I am excited that this meeting is taking place in Westnile. What a dream that has come to pass. Honorable Minister, can I take this opportunity to thank NRM government for equitably distribute development activities in the whole country. If we had it in Mbali, if we had it in Namamve, why not in Westnile? And indeed today we are here in Westnile. We thank NRM government for that. We want to thank, especially I want to thank my young sister, my daughter, Anita. Anita is my daughter. Although politically people normally don't want to say it, but she's my daughter. I cannot deny her. She has my blood running through her. I want to thank you for being a very active minister, running left and right, and seeing that today this summit is taking place in a place we had not thought of. Thank you very much. I want to thank UAI. Thank you for those wonderful preparation. You have made the meeting very easy by giving us that booklet with what you want us to do. You have stopped us from asking so many questions. Otherwise, we would ask it. For us politicians, we know how to pin when we get a gap, but you have closed our mouth. Thank you very much for being organized. Please continue to do it more. Some of us, after retiring from that political sector, we are seriously planning to join entrepreneurship. May God bless everybody in this meeting. I wish you Ramadan Kareem, those of you who are fasting. Salam alaikum. Another opportunity has befallen me. Can I now take this single honor to invite Honorable Anita to come and address the delegation? Thank you.
The Minister of Finance, Planning and Economic Development, my senior minister, my boss, my friend, Honorable Matia Kasaija, our chief guest tonight, the Minister of State for Northern Uganda, my sister-in-law, Honorable Grace Freedom Quinching, who is also an entrepreneur, the proprietor of Westnile Television. I believe Westnile Television is actively doing their work here. My mother, the Minister of Defense, Minister of State for Defense and Veteran Affairs, Honorable Huda Oleru, the members of Parliament from West Nile sub-region. I wish I could name you one by one, but you know yourselves. Thank you very, very much for coming. Mr. Patrick, bonsoir. Comment ça va? I want to thank you very, very much for coming. Uganda Investment Authority Chairman, board members, the Executive Director or Director General of Uganda Investment Authority, the financial institutions who are present here, Uganda Development Bank, DFCU, Housing Finance, DTB Bank, and all the financial institutions who are present, our technocrats from ministries of water, Ministry of Energy. We were expecting UNBS to be here. Our investors from the 11 districts, and I want to count them one by one, and I'm doing it on purpose. I will start from the gateway, and you know that word is very popular, from the gateway, and that is Pakwach. If you're an investor and you're from Pakwach, if you're from Pakwach, just put up your hand. People from Pakwach, my in-laws, where are you? In-laws, the people from Pakwach, by a show of hand. There. Thank you for not embarrassing me. My second district is the people of Nebi, our hosts, where my husband actually comes from. Alur, you can see their numbers. Thank you very, very much for giving us this land. I will now go to Madiokolo. Madiokolo, very, very good. Thank you, Joanna, Honorable. Thank you very much for leading the delegation here. I want to go to Zombo. The people of Zombo, Honorable Freedom, where are your people? Very good. I can see even NBS, our very eloquent anchor, is here, and the MPs from Zombo and the investors from Zombo are here. I would now go down from Zombo to Arua. Hi, Mingonia. Awadifo mini mutasiba. Now let me go from Zombo to from Arua to Terego. Terego, wadini Terego anzirikitsi anabia midira. Wadini alfo. The Teregians are here. Let me go from Terego to Maracha. The people from Maracha. I know the CEO of the investment head from DFCU is also from Maracha. We have Adole Melo. Thank you very, very much. Miradua Falls, which is in Maracha. And let me go from Maracha to my relatives, the Kakwas. Where are you, the Kakwas? Takloea? Very good. We have the Kakwas here. Now from Koboko, let us go to Yumbe, my mother's people. I know them for knowing money. Those ones, they know money. Okay, from Yumbe, let us go now to Moyo. Where are the people from Moyo? Ingonia? Iminga? Wadin Moyo, thank you very much. Let us go to Ajumani. Where are the people from Ajumani? Very, very good. Thank you very, very much for being investors. Now from Ajumani, I would like us to go to finally Obongi. And we have an investor, a politician turned an entrepreneur, Fungaro Caps. Fungaro Caps was formerly an investor. Now he is member of parliament for Bongi. Now he's an investor in the tourism sector. So Honorable, we thank you. Welcome to the investment where we make money. My people of Westnile. What? Madi Okola, I already said, Honorable Joanna led you. I know all the 11 districts of Westnile. I know all of them by heart. I will start by a disclaimer. I am not planning to be the MP of Westnile. Neither am I planning to be any MP in any of the districts of Westnile, but I'm planning to make Westnile rich. So my people of Westnile, this conference today, or this summit, is about money. Let's talk money. Let's make money. Uganda Investment Authority has simplified it for you. Our president has guided. And his guidance is, in every sub-region, we must have an industrial park. I therefore like to first and foremost take this opportunity to thank the people of Westnile. My people, you did not ashame me. As the Minister of Investment and Privatization, when we came to ask for land in Westnile, we were overwhelmed. We came, the people of Nebi gave us 500 acres. Chief guest, where you're sitting is 500 acres of land given to us. They said, issues of compensating the local people who are sitting on the land, leave it to us. As local government, we will deal with this. But take the land and bring investment. Thank you very, very much, Mr. Chairman, KG, the LC5 chairman, all the leaders, the RDC, the people of Nebi, thank you for your unity. And the members of parliament, you did attend the conferences. When it was a bush, you were here. Please let us clap for them. My boss, Honorable Matia, I want to tell you, just like I reported in cabinet to our overall boss, Mr. President, that the people of Madiokolo, led by Honorable Joanna, They gave us a big acre of land, 600 acres, and they sat in the council, and they wrote to us, and they've surrendered land from Madiokolo for industrial development. So land is not our problem in West Nile. Thank you, Joanna, and the people of Madiokolo. We went to Yumbe. The people of Yumbe gave us not only 500 acres, which was our limit, which was where our mind could stop. They gave us 1,000 square miles. 1,000. The people of Yumbe, Honorable Huda, thank you, and Honorable Odria, I want to thank you very, very much. He's not here, but the people of Yumbe gave us the land. So why are we here today? I told you, my people, it's about making money. Send anybody urozo zami didi. Your body shines if you make money. But if you're poor, your body rusts. My people, we are rich of energy. The most energetic people in Uganda are the people of West Nile. The people of Honorable Bahati's constituency say, no, we are more energetic. I said, no, even we talk with blood rope. We talk with energy. We are happy people. And we have the energy. God has blessed us with natural resources. Our chief guest, our people of West Nile, listen. We are doing industrialization with Chibalo, with calculation, with Otita, like my president would say. And our calculation, we don't want to look at all these 16 enterprises. We are going to deliberately focus our people on majorly 4 sectors. One of them, and I am very proud to announce this, which is honey. We will go there, our people exhibiting. There is no better honey in the world. And this Honorable Freedom will attest, the Germans came here and they tested it and said there is no better honey in the world than the one from West Nile. Exactly, Honorable Matia Kasaija, the chief guest, is saying when he took honey from West Nile, when he went to Yumbe, when he arrived home, the wife, after tasting the honey, started calling him honey, honey, honey. That there is no better honey than the honey from West Nile. So what more testimony do we need? So my people of West Nile, let us add value on our honey. Of course, I added value to what Honorable Matthias said. Fish processing. We have the River Nile. We are not doing enough. We are just using that water for swimming. Pakwach. We can do fishing. We can actually export this fish, not only to Kampala. Our fish called Angara, Onang Nang, the pepper fish. My in-laws, how do you call it? Pedo. Very unique fish, not anywhere, but in West Nile, from Panyamur. So my people, we are rich. And why we call the media to come and broadcast about the wealth of West Nile. That West Nile, we don't want to talk about politics. We are tired of saying, meaning that our poverty, we are used to it. No, we want to get out of the poverty. And the only way we can get out of poverty is by value addition. We want to do value addition in cassava. We eat the cassava, we can boil it, or we can process it, but we have not done more addition on cassava to get starch, to make medicine, because it can be used for medical medicines, in any medicine. And the honey too can be used in medicine. Now my people of West Nile and the chief guest and the people from who are actually my true relatives, and I'll tell you the story shortly, but let me first go on investment from DRC. The issue or the beauty of West Nile is that we listen. when we started putting all our energy in tobacco growing, so many people in Westnile sent their children to school out of the proceeds from tobacco. But we are not getting rich because it is labor intensive and the profit is very low. Once our president came and preached time and again to the people of Westnile and said, let us forget about tobacco growing, let us identify other enterprises. The good news is that my people listened and we migrated from tobacco growing and now we're going to other enterprises. And I'm a living testimony. And I will tell you, let us clap for the people of Westnile for listening to that call. Because for us, it is business. And for me, I don't want to speak. Don't look at me as a politician. I'm a businesswoman. I only calculate profit. Every day I wake up, I'm saying, how much money am I going to make? I used to be a politician when every day I'll wake up, I'll say, now I have to give out money. Every day, and these politicians are suffering. There is no return on investment. You invest in politics, they abuse you on top of it. There is no return. They will tell you, Suji, you're a foreigner. They will tell you, even you're not tall enough. If you're tall, they say you're not tall, you're too tall. If you're short, they say you're too short. If you're thin, they say you're too thin. I don't know what they want. There is no return. Even if you bring all the money from your house and you lie flat, they'll say you're not straight enough. So there is no return in business, in politics. Please, let us move where we can make money. I decided in a very small way, having listened to the president, he told us we should look at 4 sectors of the economy. One of it being industrialization, the other one being agri-business, the other one being ICT, the other one being services. Now, these 4 sectors are the sectors we're going to be focusing on in this industrial park. And the good news is we are here to show you the land. By show of hand, do your business planning. If it is bankable, we will allocate this land for you to start doing your project here. We are going to give you the land. Now you have seen the land. The power lines are there. My uncle from Ministry of Water told you we will pull the water. National Water and Sewage Corporation, the ED engineer Amayo, who is also an investor in hospitality industry, has told you water will be available. We are going to shortly listen to the people showing you where the money is, because our president has directed that money should be given at a minimum of 8%. And UDB is here. The good thing is my boss, Honorable Matia Kasai, oh, very good. UDB, kindly stand up. Very, very good. The director from UDB is here. Honorable Matia Kasaija and myself as shareholders on behalf of government in UDB. And therefore, and now that gentleman there is also from Westnile. So why wouldn't the people of Westnile not get money from UDB? Why? The dick is running, you know. It will be bad luck. So we will have to get this money and make it accessible. I know right now they will tell you they give it at 12%. The bankers will tell you, because there are 3 cost pushers. One of it is electricity. Now electricity, I'm also a shareholder on, and together with Honorable Matia in UETCL, all the transmission companies, UETCL, UEDCL. And I was hearing my regulators, Honorable Matia, you would help me and whip him, because he was telling us here that why would you generate at 7 cents and want to give it at 5 cents? Now you're going against our policy. You leave those issues of generals to general. General Museveni has said, give it at 5 cents. How it reaches there, we will solve the problem. Our president has directed, and his directive shall be implemented. For us, we know in this industrial park, it shall be at 5 cents. We will give the subsidy. We will find ways of making the electricity cheap. So just leave that to us and tell us how you will bring the electricity here, please. And I believe my senior minister will emphasize that point, because that is a bit discouraging, because one of the challenges for the people, I will tell you, for 5 years, it was very difficult for me to attract investment in Westnile. Why? The people of Wenereko When you close your eyes like this, nya. When you open, nya. There was no power. It's like a disco light. Nya, nyu, nya, nyu, nya, nyu. So how do I, even as an investor, think of putting my factory in a place where power is doing nya, nyu, nya, nyu? The people of Moyo say they call it aziku. It doesn't tell you that I'm now going to go. It just goes. So I am happy that Honorable Matia, with your effort, you brought Electromax to complement Wenreco. And I want to announce that with the new ED in place, who is a Ugandan who understands this challenge? Mr. ED, please stand up, the one of Wenreco. Stand up. You have improved a little bit. The nya is... Please improve more. Let us clap for him. He has really improved because he knows. And because of that, we're able to start our industrialization. But without Westnile being connected to the national grid, Honorable Minister, it will be very difficult for us to industrialize Westnile. So I am happy that by October this year, Westnile shall be connected to the national grid. And this is an excellent news. It's October this year. At least the authority that is the regulator, and the Minister of Energy, my Senga, Honorable Ruth Nankabira, told me, Anita, for sure, with the fight of the MPs of Westnile, with the pressure they have put on me, by October, come rain, come shine, Westnile shall be connected to the national grid. So, let's count. You know, my daughter Treasure will come up with the timetable when I tell her I will be coming to see you soon. So she will get the calendar and be marking one day. Crossing. So my people of Westnile, let us be crossing these days until October. And we ask government, where is the power? By October, because they've told us. We now have capacity available of electricity of 8 megabytes. And where are the people of regulation? ERA, the director of ERA, who spoke here? Has he gone away? You see, you don't take us Westnile serious. Honorable Matia, we have to get our whip out. I want to ask the MD of Wenreco again. Can you tell us what is the installed capacity of power in Westnile now? Before I tell these people to come and take the land and start investing, what is the installed capacity? 11 megawatts. What is the demand capacity? 4.7. That means we have to grow demand. And how do we grow this demand? By coming to do value addition in honey processing, fish processing, soap making. Honorable Minister, I went deliberately, and I want to congratulate the people of Koboko and thank them so much. Had they not voted me out, I would not be a manufacturer. I would not be a rich woman. Now I am rich. Yes, I really want to thank them sincerely. Because, Honorable Minister, today we sell a box of soap, and I make it. I'm a manufacturer. You like it or not, I sell a box of 10 pieces of bars of soap at 60,000. And I'm doing this because I'm selling it here. Other people are selling it at 65. Mkwano is selling it to you at 80. The price is skyrocketing. I wake up in the morning, I say, today, these people, they didn't vote for me. Let me add. I add and I get more. They buy. But this is what it is. This is business. So what am I trying to tell you? I'm trying to woo you that the money you have, invest it in business. The woman MP of Vura, my sister there, please stand up. She's in she's in hospitality industry. Thank you. Let us clap for her. Honorable Freedom, I told you, Grace. Kindly, Honorable, with really all the due respect, stand up. The people of Zombo voted her out. You know what she did? She went and put a television station in Arua. Congratulations. You vote good people out, you suffer.
I'm not campaigning because I don't want the votes no more. But I'm campaigning for President Museveni. He is brought for you the industrial park. You vote him out, you will suffer. I have told you. So, I am trying to tell you that what we are doing here is not rocket science. I have done it. Ladies and gentlemen, I need to tell you I did it, and I will give this testimony coming closer to my end of speech. What did I do? When the president appointed me as the Minister of Investment in 2016, I looked at the docket and I wondered what was I going to do. He gave me a very heavy duty. You must establish 25 industrial parks. And I did not know where to start. I went to my senior minister who has been my mentor. Please, my people, I want to kindly ask you, and my in-laws clap hard. Honorable Matia Kasaija, why I am very happy is he has been very good to me. There are people who complain about their bosses. I have no complaint against my boss. He gives me the freedom to fly as far as I want. If I want to give up, he tells me, Anita, please don't give up, my daughter. Wake up, go and work. I say, Honorable, this is too much fight. He says, go. I went to him and I told him, Honorable, we only have Namamve. No infrastructure. What do I do? He told me, now come up with a budget, take to the president, I'll support you. I got a budget of 270 million euros, and the president gave it to us just like that. And we're doing the infrastructure in Namamve. I went back to him. I told him, now, in Mbale, I found free land. Government had gotten it, but the squatters on it. What do I do? And why am I telling you this? I will tell you shortly. In Mbale, I found squatters. The land was not as beautiful as this. The land was largely a swamp. I found squatters. They demanded of government to give 5 billion. I came back to Honorable Matia, told my boss, you're the one who is the final signatory. Can you kindly sign for me 5 billion? I go and compensate and start an industrial park. Thank you, Senior, that you gave me the support and gave us the 5 billion. The squatters got out. Today, we talk about 17 factories in Mbale. Now, how can it be difficult for us to develop Nebi? How can it be difficult for us to develop Madiokolo? How can it be difficult for us to develop Yumbe, where the land has been given, and the problem is less than $1 billion? Honorable Matia, I will go and beg you, please sign. Give that money. They collected their money. They're not asking new money from government. It is their money. And I know with your good heart, you will not refuse. I thank you even for nodding in positive, meaning he has given. Please clap. Now, I want to talk about the theme, and I finally come down to conclude. And I've already told you, the areas of vegetable oil, shea butter. I do value addition on shea butter. And I'm not alone. If you're an investor and you're here, you're doing value addition on shea butter. Kumura, put up your hand. Very good. You see those hands? Honorable Minister, our shea butter from Westnile is being exported to Denmark. Our shea butter, where do you take, madam? Yes, mommy. Within Westnile, she's already doing value addition. I will show you shortly as a gift. I make body Vaseline out of shea butter. So my people, what are you looking for? The land is free, electricity will be there, water will be there, moreover, you'll pay it cheaply in this industrial park. The only thing you have to do is apply to Uganda Investment Authority. That tall gentleman there, please stand up, my Director General. That one there. Honorable Minister, we have 50 people coming to exhibit what they produce in Westnile. And so I want those 50 people to apply to do manufacturing here in this industrial park. Please, record them, give them the land. We are giving land for free. We don't want corruption. Thank you. And I know you're not corrupt. On top of that, the infrastructure development, working with Ministry of Defense, that's why Honorable Huda is here. The army will be the one to do the infrastructure development in this industrial park. You have vegetable cooking oil processing out of sunflower. My sister Hope, she's going to give testimony. She's there. Hope, would you like to stand up? Hope Ann? That lady there is a rich woman. Can't you see her size? Money. My people, let's talk money. Let's make money. She is adding value on sunflower from the garden. And I want to tell you, soap manufacturing, I've already told you, there's mining. There's Bob. Bob manufactures a lot of alcohol. I don't drink, but his wine looks very beautiful that you feel tempted, but you say, "Badi Yesu." You don't take, but he exports it to Congo. Up to Central Africa, up Congo, Sudan. So, and Bob is going to migrate from there and come here. You want to fuel to run your vehicle. Honorable Minister, we have Okaba there. Uncle Money, that one. He has Rock Fuel Station. From across Westnile, he has even now gone across the border and gone to Kampala. So fuel is available. Hospitality, if I ask everyone in hospitality industry to stand up, they will do. If I ask those who are into value addition, into beverages, they are there. So, Honorable Minister, why we're here today is to encourage our local people not to be doing it in their homes, into their small areas, that we should come and invest in the industrial park where government will give them all the amenities. Now, Honorable Minister, my final point would be in regards to my country of birth. You might have heard politically that I was born in, I'm a Congolese. And instantly, I decided to sit with my mom and talk to her nicely and said, "But Mommy, they usually say there's no smoke without fire. Can you tell me properly what exactly happened? I know you're from Yumbe, my father is a Kakwa from Koboko, what happened?" He said, "You see, when the war started, we ran to exile in a place called Aru. And in Aru, incidentally, is across the border, in Ituri province. And in Aru, labor started me when I was there, and I gave birth to you in a place called Hopital General. So naza Congolais. Wande konangai. So I want to congratulate you, my brothers and sisters. First of all, congratulate my second president, after President Museveni, His Excellency Felix Tshisekedi, for becoming the president, and also for you joining the East African community. You're most welcome. As we speak, we have so many West Nilers. And so the West Niler who is going to say that, "Oh, Anita is the only Congolese." We just celebrated 100 years. All of us were once upon a time Congolese. So we are in one uniform. So once upon a time, there was a region, sub-region called West Nile. And Honorable Fungaro and Honorable Atiku, they organized 100 years in 2011 of celebrating West Nile becoming part of Uganda. So you at home, the people of Ituri, this is part of you. That's why our president says there are no boundaries. Our president is an African. And I will tell you an amazing story. Just on Tuesday, Honorable Minister and Honorable members, and all our ladies and gentlemen. Last week, Wednesday, I went to promote gold because there was a rumor that we don't have gold in the country. So I decided that let's go and show the people where our gold is. So we went to a place in Bushia where we found gold. And the Chinese are doing value addition together with Ugandans. And that factory is called Wagagai. Once we arrived there, we finished what we're doing because it is at the border. When we finished what we're doing, we got lost. And do you know where we ended? In Kenya. 5 kilometers deep in Kenya. So I started getting worried. Wagagai is in Uganda. We said we're using shortcut to now go to Kenya. After we have done our things, as you know, it is in Busia clearly with our border point, and they told us the border point. So my driver did not know the turn, and he turned like this and took us to Kenya. I started panicking. Luckily, najua Kiswahili. Tafadhali nilianza kuongea Kiswahili. Nisema, wandugu, hamjambo. Sema, how to jambo? Mbona unaendesha hii gari ya Uganda? Nisema, oh, I am half Ugandan, half Kenyan. They said, oh, okay, let's go. Tuko East Africans. We are East Africans most important. And that makes me to say the final points on what this East African community means and access to market, which is our theme today, which is mobilization of domestic investment for industrialization, market access, and job creation. What market are we talking about? We are talking about the market of DRC, which is 94.3 million people. These statistics I'm reading is the latest as of April 2022 by UN. Tanzania, we're talking about 62.7 million people. Kenya, we're talking about 55.8 million people. Uganda, we're talking about 45.7 million people. Rwanda, we're talking about 1.9 million people. South Sudan, we're talking about 11.19 million people. Burundi, 11.89 people. A total of 294.48 million market readily available for you to manufacture in NEBI and send out to the world. And I will tell you for sure, and this is a message from the president, we will give money through the Imyoga program to our villages, our parishes, to do value addition, to do commercial agriculture. And Honorable Matia knows how to say this better than me. And once you do this in large scale production, you'll do value addition in the industrial parks. So we will give you the money, the electricity, the market, and the transportation. Finally, our president has connected our country from border to border. We are only left with this border taking us to Mahagi. Honorable Matia, I know that we have budgeted for this. I really pray that when we finish these issues, we get the money to start this project, because the people of Ituri and the people of Goli, the people of Nebi, the people of Westnile, without that road, it will be difficult for us to transport the finished product from this park to Congo. So the market access will be difficult. So we need to get that money, Chief Guest. And in Kisoro, we've already connected. Our president has built for us a road from Kampala up to Raba to the border of South Sudan. So we can access the border market of South Sudan. I have spoken so much, but really the final message here is, today is the beginning of the day for the people of West Nile to become richer. And you can only be rich if you come into the sector called manufacturing. And you can be richer if you do value addition on the identified areas and we make the land available for you. My people, by show of hand, who is willing to take up land to start industrializing and building a factory here? You've seen those hands? Those are people who know money. So, Edie, you've seen their hands. Let us register these people. Let them provide their business details. Let's give them the land. Honorable Freedom has tasked us. What is next? I want to see factories here. And I volunteer to also start my factory. Honorable Minister, allow me present to you the products that I made from the factory that I started thanks to the people of Koboko after losing election. And now I am a manufacturer, a businesswoman, and a minister of investment. So allow me present for you these products and show to you that it is possible that our people, and they are made in West Nile, better still in Koboko. So, Honorable Minister, these are gifts for you. Kindly come and receive as I invite you. With those words, ladies and gentlemen, allow me kindly to ask you to stand up. Let us all stand up. As we stretch our backs, let us put our hands together for Honorable Matia Kasaija, the Minister of Finance, Planning and Economic Development of Uganda. Thank you.
Now you have seen powerful women, eh? I have a very big job in controlling her. But I can assure you she's controllable. My colleague ministers, without necessarily mentioning you, you have already been mentioned for saving time. Our visitors from DRC Congo, bienvenue. The various leaders, Chairman LC5, members of parliament of this sub-region, I greet you all. Good afternoon. The Baganda were saying, Erio kanetonya, and I will translate it. Then you will see which heart is the best fact. It is a great opportunity, which I thank my minister, Honorable Anita, to have created for me this forum, because I want to deliver a very, very strong message in this meeting. Maybe let me talk first of all on relationships. Congo and Uganda. I come from Bunyoro here, just across here. Two things. One, when we are celebrating our King's Days, a team comes from DRC Congo. They come because they are part and parcel of that kingdom, in case you don't know. Two, they, our brothers and sisters in Congo, unfortunately, have had a checkered history of insecurity. One time, we received refugees from them. Down, those of you who know Lake Albert in Ndaiga, a place called Ndaiga. So I went there to meet these people. I was working at the NRM Secretariat. And I said, welcome. They said, yes, we have come back home. They said, we have run and come back home. Those fellows are killing us. I said, you stay here as long as you wish, and until we settle things back in Congo, feel comfortable. So what am I saying? These borders of yours, these borders which were forced on us by the colonialists, it's a shame that we should be maintaining them. Have you heard? Why should a Congolese across there come here with a passport? What for? Why? Why should I go to Kenya, go to Tanzania with a passport? For what? For what? That's part of my home. Can you tell me when I come in Westnile here that Kasaija come with a passport? Can you? If you have got a stable mind? So these borders, I'm urging you, especially you, the young people, we must begin to see how to dissolve them. We can remain states, but we are one country. I will give you my own experience just to make my point strong. When I was studying in Nairobi, in the 60s, I would take a train from Kampala radio station, those of you who know, just below Parliament. Move at 4 o'clock. I did not know how I crossed the border in Busia, in Maraba. The following morning, I would wake up. We are in what is that town? Huh? Can someone remind me? Which one? Not Kisumu. No, beyond Eldoret. It will come. I'm in my head. I would wake up, clean my teeth. By 10 o'clock, I am in Nairobi. Those of you who know Nairobi very well, there is a street called the Heritage Avenue. Would come out of that train. I would pick my suitcase, go via a street called Biashara Street, because they sell cheap things. The students who didn't have a lot of money buy either shirt or whatever, and walk into the university. Nobody asked me, wewe Muganda wanataka wapi? As these days they ask me when I get to Kenyatta Airport, they say, munakuja kufanya nini? I say, kufanya nini? I have come home. How can you ask me that question? Why kufanya nini? So please, I want you to bear this in mind. These artificial boundaries that were created for people to rule us properly, we better begin to discuss them. So that a Congolese coming here, we all need to know where we are coming from, that's all. So that, because we don't also want to have wrongdoers coming around and running around. It's from state to state. When you go to America, do you have to get a passport to go to Alaska? When you are coming from New York? Nothing. Just go with your ID. I'm coming from this state, and I'm coming to do business. Finished. So I always tease my people down there when they are asking me, especially Jomo Kenyatta Airport. I said, you know, there are those little girls. Umekuja? Unatoka Uganda? Yeah, I said, yes, I am coming from Uganda. Kuja kufanya kitu nani? I said, do you know, little young girl, I have come home. How are you asking me that? Have you heard people saying a thief, a thief, a thief? I make them look like fools. But anyway, that is for the job of the big politicians, but I thought I should convey this message in this meeting, just to comfort our brothers from DRS Congo, that they are here. You are here at home. Please feel at home. Come and transact your businesses here. As long as you follow the laws of Uganda, we have nothing against you. We want you to prosper. When you prosper, we also prosper. Am I right or wrong? When your neighbor prospers, don't you also prosper? That's point number one. Now, going to the purpose of this meeting, of this seminar, industrialization. You know very well. No, you don't know. When the president appointed me as a minister, full minister, you know, I served there as the Minister of State in charge of planning. When he appointed me as a full minister, I was totally surprised. So I went to him and said, Mr. President, what have you done? He said, aren't you an economist? I said, you want me to take a full responsibility of that? Okay. You are the boss, I agree. What do you want me to do? Do you know what he said? One word, industrialize the country. Industrialize the country. So that's the mission now I am on as Minister of Finance, Planning, Confidence. So when you invite me onto this, I say, hallelujah. My people are answering the question the president posed me. So I welcome you this opportunity. And if we have to kick poverty out of our homesteads, you know the 39% homesteads who are still working for Kida Kionka. In order for them not to produce and we fail to uplift what they produce, we must have industries. You heard the Honorable Anita tell you money. On that one, I support her. Money. Me, I don't want poor people. Have you heard? You can't go and tell everybody that man Kashaja says he does not want poor people. I don't want poor people. In the first place, God gave us a country, you people who have not traveled around the world. Me, I have traveled around the world from north to south, from east to west. I have never seen a country endowed like Uganda. This weather you are seeing here, which you people enjoy for almost 11 months, is a big resource. Now, I think in the north, they are now getting out of winter. They are going to what they call autumn. But in December, January, they were freezing. Freezing. I will tell you a personal story. Me and the late KK, Kirinda Kivejinja, were going to Yugoslavia to do some political work. Those fellows had some similar ideological concepts like that ourselves in the NRM. I arrived in Moscow and I found my plane had already gone. Because I delayed in Entebbe, I missed one woman, I missed the plane, the first one. Keke had gone. So, when I arrived there, the plane had already left for Yugoslavia. So I had to sleep at the airport. First of all, I had a big problem. I had no visa. I had no visa for staying in Russia. 2, I had no money to spend in Russia because the money I had was meant where I was going, there were visitors, they were going to look after us. But anyway, they were very kind. They allowed me to spend the night. Now, there was no hotel there is no hotel where I could stay in the airport. I had to go a little bit outside. As I told you, I had a problem of language. But eventually, I found one lady who could speak a few words of English. She had a sister who was owning a block of flats. So she spoke to the sister and said, I have a visitor here from Uganda. She is en route to Yugoslavia. Can you accommodate him? So the sister said, let him come. They did not ask me for money. So this sister, the migration officer, said, now you go take a bus, you will see a bus going. Now, the first time it stops, you get off. You will see somebody on the right-hand side waving you. So I go into my bus. I didn't see the first stop. I saw that he said it's 3 minutes, I will be arriving there. I thought he was getting 5 minutes. So I got a piece of paper. Good enough, he had written it and showed the conductor and said, the conductor said, oh. That we had passed the stage. So he asked me to get out, and he said, first bus. The buses were regular, so I came out, and within another 2 minutes or 3, another bus now going back came, and I jumped in. True, the lady was still waiting. I came out. But because I was dressed very lightly in a suit, to move from the bus to climb the stairs up to the flat, I was already frozen like this. Frozen, kabisa. What the woman did, she went and opened hot water and said, go and sink yourself in that water. That's how I survived freezing in a country called Russia. Do you have that experience here in Uganda? Weather itself is a big success. There is no real reason apart from our mind not being either exposed, but even those who are exposed, because I have a quarrel. I have a quarrel with the religious leaders. They travel, they see how things are done in China, they see how the things are done in India, they see how things are done in America. When they come here, kama kawaida. No change. So please, I'm inviting all of you to be agents of change. You have heard Honorable Minister telling you money. And I'm supporting our fully money. We must wake up and make money. And there is a capacity to make money. You tell me something that you will produce once we are prepared now, the market will not, that does not make money. Wake up our people from drinking Ajon only. Yeah, some people, they are not bothered. Because they see in Uganda, you know, I was talking to somebody, he says, I said, why are people still in Uganda? Everything is there. Then he said, that is exactly the problem. Are you aware that somebody in Uganda here can live from January to January without working and still will be alive? Don't you know it in Western area? Me, I can tell you in my district there, Kibali. I had a gentleman, unfortunately, passed away. When he knew that I was back, I'm at home. Very early, 7 o'clock, he's at the gate. And he used to say, I want to brief you about the political situation in your constituency. So he comes, he knows there is a breakfast with some bread, some eggs, whatever. So we eat breakfast together. At around 9 o'clock, he says, Minister, may I have briefed you? I have gone, thank you very much. But he has eaten breakfast, paying nothing. Now he goes to the town. Those of you know that place. It's called Karuguza in the Chibale district. Those who have ever passed through there. Now he moves around the shops and says, greeting everybody. Now, around midday, he goes to a restaurant. When he goes to the restaurant, there will be a good Samaritan. He says, Mr. Sons, I don't want to mention his name, since we are being brought alive. Would you like to eat lunch? He said, oh, yeah. So he eats the lunch, and then somebody pays. At 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, he walks home and goes to sleep. Finish, the day is gone. So one day we were discussing this matter of Uganda being so blessed, and one of my sons now, who is the permanent secretary in the Ministry of Agriculture, Kasura, he said, Minister, that is the problem. Because we have so much, people don't have need to work. But we should wake up, ladies and gentlemen. We should wake up. Let's mobilize our people to get out of poverty. And for you politicians, if you have your people with you, you will have very little problems. Unlike today, somebody they chase the child out of school. Honorable MP, can you send me some 300,000 school fees? Am I right? Am I talking the truth? Because they suffer from those things. Someone is falling sick, please send me some 100,000 shillings. And they ring every weekend. even some of the Chupuli people will ring. Please send me some 200,000 shillings. I have lost somebody. I don't know that kind of thing. So, I am appealing to you that let us mobilize our people. This PDM, Parish Development Model, is a project that will liberate our people there. Take it very seriously. Once we get those people into production, at the national level, we shall sort out the question of processing, the question of marketing. Those people will get money, and when they have got money, you will see a difference in their way of living. And once they have changed their way of living, now me, if I'm still your Minister for Finance, I will be the happiest. Do you know why? They will increase demand. You know, when you have money in your pocket, you ask for something and you eat, unlike the other man who had no money and is eating for free. These products Anita is manufacturing, they will be going. And of course I charge her the tax. There's no question about that. I charge her. She has to pay my tax. Yeah, because if I don't get tax from her, how do I protect her interests? So I will also become a very comfortable man because many Ugandans will be able to demand things which are taxable. And when the taxes come, you know what I will do. I will provide for your security. I will provide for the roads you are talking about. My apologies for this road here. This road here. That road here. URA asked me for money to have it repaired, but we shall repair it. Don't worry. We are going to repair that bit of road which is damaged. I would like you to drive from Karuma up to Arua, up to Oraba with no potholes. That one I promise you. And actually we have already started working with the Minister for Works. We are going to do that. And I think I've seen some kind of construction work going on. Am I right? Am I right? So they're working on the road already. The money was a bit difficult, but I think we have found the money now. We do that. This industrial park, I'm appealing to you, take advantage. You know, when we were working close, the question of electricity, question of water, question of security for your project becomes much easier. And I want you really to take it seriously. We shall come and do whatever government is supposed to do, as Honorable Anita has told you, so that not in the distant future, we come back here to launch the first factory that will be constructed. Now on electricity supply and the price and the connection. We have discussed, there is money which I gave to those people except there is some inefficiency, you'll excuse me, in the companies which she and me are shareholders. There's some inefficiency which we are trying to rectify and maybe change some leaders so that electricity will be supplied to you in the industrial park at 5 cents US dollar cents, so that you can make money. Lastly, because I don't want to consume your time, I thank you, Honorable Anita, and I thank you people from Westnile for having given me an opportunity to come here and share these views. It is a long time since I came here. I think I went to Zombo 5 years ago. Then down in NB, I think I have been there about 6 years or 7 years. Then on March, when he was still here, we came to see the moon chasing the sun. So you have given me an opportunity to come and look at you and talk with you. I know you as very industrious people. People in Westnile, you are very industrious. You are not lazy. It is only the environment that the government was not giving you that made you appear as if you don't know what you are doing. Now the environment is around here. Grab the opportunity, make the money, become powerful, both politically and economically, and then move the country. Have I said wrongly? Do you like that? Now, you know me, I'm a cattle keeper. Me, I'm not a poor man. No. I'm a cattle keeper, a rich one. If you want some 500 cows, please come and buy from me. I will sell you. And the 500 at 2 million each, what is that? 100 million? Is that very little money? 500 multiplied by 2,000. Is that 100 million? Is it 1 trillion? So 500 cows at 2,000, at 2 million each is 1 billion. Kasaija, can I call myself poor? Please, me, I'm not a poor man. If you want poor people, Kasaija is not one of them. And I want every Uganda to reach that level. And there is a chance. It is possible. Kisoboka, you have heard what my daughter here is saying. Now you say the people of Koboko, they decided to give her no vote. Now I said, oh. And I used to tell her, I said, by the way, and you listen to me, you politicians, there is no money in politics. Members of parliament, can I repeat? There is no money. Anyone who wants to make money in politics, you are wrong. You are going into a wrong direction. Politics is a matter of a nation. My people of Mariokoro, they have a problem. And I think I can go and look for a solution to solve the problem. But not to make money. If you think you are going to make money in politics, where I will forget. You might say, Kasaija, why are you there? I'm there for one reason. Me, first of all, I'm not a public servant. I've never worked in the government. I'm a private sector man myself, by training and by working. I had to come into politics because when Amin's government was overthrown, I had a factory in that area. That factory was burnt down, Kabisa. My wife had a shop on Room Street. It was all ransacked. I had a hardware shop on Entebbe Road. Everything down. I became poor. So, our friend is the UNLF. Come. When they come, they want to expand what we are calling the National Consultative Council. Then I had a friend of mine who passed away my business. He said, Kasaija, you seem to have a knack for politics, because at one time I was the Secretary General of Uganda Students Association in Nairobi. So I went to him and asked for the vote, and they voted me to come and help stabilization. That's what I'm here for, stabilize, so that I can go and do business with nobody bothering me. At those times, you would find a roadblock on the road. They stop you. And when they stop you, they say, where are you going? If you don't, wanakwenda wapi? If you don't answer in Kiswahili, either they slap you, or they do what, or they take money out of your pocket, and so forth. So I said, okay. Unfortunately, I must say I have stuck there. I have been stuck there, but I look for an opportunity when I will jump out, so that I got to look after my cattle properly and move to some billions of shillings and do other things that I normally do. Me, I'm not a trader like my daughter here. I don't trade. Since the shop was burnt, me, I'm in production. I don't do commercial trade. So, since You know, for us cattle keepers, when we are pleased, we give a cow. I have a small cow here, 1.5. Who picks it? Huh? The landlords. The landlords come here and I give you a cow. Come here and I give you a cow. Come here and I give you a cow.
Honorable Minister, they are coming. Naomba landlords to kuje mbele.
The landlords, please come, those who gave us this beautiful piece of land.
The cultural dancers, our cultural dancers, you could have been doing something. There you go.
Hey.
Honorable Minister, they are coming in style. We want the members of parliament to witness this, and the honorable ministers. You'll officially witness the handover of a cow by the honorable minister to the landlords where the Westnile Investment Summit is being held. The landlords of the brand new Nebi Industrial and Development Park.
My goodness. So, okay.
Honorable Minister, from the community to you, as a gratitude, a form of gratitude to you and the ministry, from the people of Nebi, the landlords. There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause from the Honorable Minister.
Stand this way for picture. Come here and greet the minister. Greet the minister. Yes.
Round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Those are the landlords of this Nebi Industrial Development Park, formally receiving their gift, a cow, from the Honorable Minister and our chief guest. And also from the community to you, Honorable Minister, is a goat, a sign of gratitude to you.
Now talking about tradition. You hear that sound? Even we are across the Nile here, across the lake. That's how we start. I think we must have borrowed your traditional music from here. Now with these words, therefore, I declare this workshop open. Please continue. But I wanted to receive a report. My suggestion, don't leave this place. Thank you very much for your. Don't leave this place without making resolutions. You must make resolutions, A, B, C, D, and then show how those resolutions should be fulfilled. Where we, as the government, we are supposed to take action, indicate the action we should take, so that when I go to cabinet, then I will tell the cabinet that these people of West Nile, very hard and very ambitious people, they would like 1, 2, 3, 4. Then the government will come in to help you to fulfill your aspirations. May God bless you.
Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for the Honorable Minister of Finance. Makofi tafadhali. Thank you very much, our chief guest. We request you take your seat because the Honorable Anite has requested that you listen to some of our investors. And mine is to request my brother, Charles Odongtho, to take the front stage. And as he does that, is to also request you, our guests, please give us a few more minutes. Lunch is ready, but we thought the minister needed to hear the voice of our local investors. And Charles's panel includes investors in the region. But as he moves up, allow me to recognize the Honorable Alioni Odria, the Honorable Alioni Odria, Member of Parliament for Oringa South, who joined us a short while ago. Thank you, Honorable, for joining us. And Honorable did arrive with Ejiku Robert, the CEO of Uganda Tea Development Association, and Grace Katima, the MD Koroga Limited. So tunaomba asante sana. Thank you so much for coming. Charles, you know you're the only one between us and lunch. But I also know you like lunch. So I have been told you will manage the time and keep it short, and request that your panel also observes the time you will provide. So over to you, Charles.
Morris, I want to start by thanking you for steering the day since this morning. And it's an honor for me to be here. I'm home. I just come from Parombo, just here. You can actually walk from Parombo to here. The Honorable Minister, the 3 ministers present, the board, the MPs, our MPs, lovely MPs, all of you, the private sector, who are the most important here, Amoto Uchekeva, and those from Madi, from Yumbe, and from Ajumani, and the rest from Koboko. Thank you very much for coming to Padiere, to Nebi. My name is Charles Odongtho, and I am a son of this soil. So for me, I am happy, Honorable Minister, and my sister, Honorable Anite, and of course to government for bringing this here. In other capacities, I also serve as a board member, a council member of what we call the BPO and Innovation Council, the Business Process Outsourcing. And we have been tasked to, it's a new council that government has created under the ICT sector. And our task is to ensure that we do this last one, job creation for our young people. We are supposed to ensure that we produce 20,000 jobs in just 2 to 3 years. So you can imagine how excited I am that the panel that I'm going to be inviting shortly is a panel. First of all, Honorable Minister, for me I am privileged because for the organizers to make me a moderator, this is the most moneyed panel. It is the richest panel. It is the panel that is composed of 5 of the richest West Nile, inhabitants. So I am really, really happy. After the panel discussion, I will be asking myself whether I can join their club of the richest people around West Nile. So for me, it's a pleasure. I want to now say that this panel is, the theme that we are going to be discussing is called Domestic Investors' Perspective. So again, it is easy for me because I'm only going to moderate them to share their experiences. We are going to ask them to give us testimonies and also to share, very candidly and honestly. Again, Honorable Minister and your colleagues, I know businessmen don't lie. They don't talk too much because I've been also told that money hates noise. So these guys only talk, when you tell them money, they say, where is it now? There is nothing like board leadership, governance issues. That is not for this panel. That will be for panels that will follow. Allow me now start inviting them one by one. One of them started what we call the Oyoma General Stores. This gentleman deals in winery. He employs directly 500 people and about 200 people directly, indirectly, from the districts of Nebi, Zombo, Pakwach, Arua, Madiokolo, and Bulisa. Let me invite Bob Oyoma to come and take up his seat here. Ladies and gentlemen, let's clap for Bob Oyoma. And as he comes, I want to assure them, in other words, people know me for roasting people, ministers, MPs, politicians, and asking the hard questions. Today, I'm going to be soft on you to ask the soft questions to deal with money. So don't worry, whoever I am inviting here, I am not here to roast you. We are talking business, we are talking money, and we want to hear from you on how to make other people rich like you are. So Bob, just sit there, sit calm and be at peace. Thank you very much. The next person is the founder of Zawadi Group of Companies. He says he is motivated by hard work and a drive to champion transformation of the West Nile region. He is also involved in transport, accommodation, construction, and supply chain management business. Let me take this pleasure to invite Mr. Amaza Emmanuel of the Zawadi Construction Group. Some of these guys, you're seeing them for the first time, but if you want to know how money is made now, see them critically. And I'll be asking them with social distance to open their eyes well so that we can see them better. Emmanuel, you're most welcome. The next person is runs KKT Transporters. This is one of the leading transport companies in the West Nile and Northern region. He is a founder of KKT Transporters. Mr. Idro Taban Jr., he likes addressing problems associated with the business sector. Is also involved in transport and logistics, catering, consultancy, music, and events management. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands to welcome Taban Idro. Taban Idro, he hasn't come. I'm told he's not here. Sorry about that. The next person that we are inviting runs the Rock Global Oils Limited. He has a chain of petrol stations spread across Uganda, especially northern Uganda, specifically over 25 of them in Lira, Gulu, Koboko, Arua, Nebi, Pakwach, Bweyale, Paida, and recently has spread his tentacles, that's business, in Kampala, where he has another petrol station. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands to welcome Mr. Vincent Okaba to share with us his experiences. Now, if you see all of them, there is one common thing. Honorable Anita, just a few minutes ago here said, the Honorable Minister, Anita said that when you look at some of them, you really see money. So look at their bodies, look at their skin texture, and you really see money. finally, and I'm very excited about this, the next one is a lady who is going to join the panel. This lady is the founder and managing director of the Vendor Capital Finance Limited. She is a finance and expert and also a professional teacher, farmer and businesswoman. She's called Hope Ann Anguyo. Ann Anguyo grows tomatoes, sweet potato, sweet pepper, onions, watermelon, and spinach. And in a week, she sells not less than 1 million worth of vegetables. And Ann, you're most welcome and be privileged. But of course, you can see the common element or characteristic about all of them. Their sizes are enhanced. So we thank God for that. I have been told that there was an instruction that in the place of Taban, we should invite another rich man, a man whose story I have some limited information about. When I was small, I think when we were going to primary one, he used to ride a bicycle over 30 kilometers to take pictures. He proceeded to do better entrepreneurship. Right now, he owns one of the best hotels in Westnile in northern Uganda. He runs GAF accommodation in Nebi. Kindly put your hands to welcome Adubango Kermondo to come and join the panel. He also happens to be the chairman of the NRM party in Nebi district. A tall, dark man, and no wonder he fears joining elective politics. Like Anita says, even if you are tall, they will have an excuse to add. They will say he's too dark. So Aduba feared joining active politics, but he's the chairman of Nebi party, the NRM party. Now, the most important thing that we need, ladies and gentlemen, the most important thing that we need to start by finding out from these people is how they made it. They need to share with us very quickly, and then I will also tease out from them the challenges of cross-border business. Like someone said here before, that our people are already integrated even before the processes. So we need to find out from them how they think the integration process can be better deepened. Again, I want to share with you that this could not have come at a better place, at a better time. The Congo, with 90 plus million people, that's a huge market. The president keeps talking about the access to market. Without the population and the population which can buy, you have no market. So we are going to ask them to share with us what they can, how we can exploit the new market in Congo, which has just joined the East African community. Bob, let me start with you. How? How did you make it? How can the rest here seated and the entire Uganda, the world that is listening to you, how do we make it?
First of all, I want to...
The microphone.
First of all, I want to tell everyone I'm so happy and excited. Because if a crocodile tells you hippo is sick, you need not to refuse. Because hippo and crocodile, they live together. So I have been in industry and manufacturing. I know what it means. So it's one of the biggest things which have ever been done to us as West Nile people. I'm requesting all the West Nile people, we should come together and receive it, because eating food is also not easy. When food is given to you for free, you will think it is just given and you will not lose energy. At the end of the day, you have to lose some energy to eat it. So we have to come together, join hands in order to eat the food. That's one. Two, an industry is something which is very good because you don't enjoy the fruit alone. It's for everybody. Third, we need to I want to appreciate Uganda Investment Authority for not being greedy and for not being corrupt, because actually where the industrial park is located is more strategic, which means they did what is supposed to be done. Because where the industrial park is, this joins us with Central Africa, Ituri region from Congo, all the road that brings everybody, every country from our bordering this side. It's their road, the single road that they use, which means by putting this industrial park here, we would get everybody from Central Africa, from Ituri region of Congo, from Sudan, because it's the single road. If this park was supposed to be put anywhere else apart from here, then we would lose, because we cannot every time be advertising over the radio when the things cannot be seen. So everybody who will be passing here from all these countries will see the industrial park without failing. So we appreciate you, the Investment Authority, for making right decision for Ugandans. And I'm trying to assure all investors in Uganda, in West Nile, we have very huge market. Even before we talk, already the market is there. So let everybody in this country come and join us so that we build and we support the idea of our president, His Excellency Yoweri Museveni.
Thank you very much. Can I run across to the lady, Hope? Your story. You have heard Bob talking about networking and, of course, appreciating government for bringing this industrial park here, a very central location. How about you?
Thank you very much. I observe the protocol. Anne Hopanguyo, a farmer and a businesswoman. 2016, February, I resigned my job from a branch manager. My former boss, DFCU, is in the house. I worked for DFCU for 8 years. In 2016, I resigned from my position as a branch manager to venture into private business. The first business that I started is called Vendor Capital Finance, where we do micro-lending to business people, particularly Arua, Maracha, Koboko, Yumbe, and parts of Madiokolo. Right now, currently I employ 15 young people who come from the region. Now, when I started Vendor Capital Finance, I realized that I had a lot of time in my hands, meaning I would actually do something besides. Now, every day, if you go to Arua, you see trucks and trucks of food coming from the central region and parts of Mbale. Irish potatoes, matoke, tomatoes, onions. And this gave me a huge challenge. I asked myself, does it mean the people of Westnile cannot grow tomatoes, cannot grow Irish potatoes, cannot grow these foods that are coming from other parts of the country? That made me think so hard, and I decided to venture into agribusiness. And 3 years down the road, I must say I've not regretted that decision. With a team of 120 young farmers, we call ourselves the slave farmers, trying to make farming enjoyable, attractive, exciting. How can we make agribusiness a star in West Nile region? We have a WhatsApp forum, we challenge each other, we visit farmers, and now we're encouraging the 120 plus young farmers to go into agricultural value addition, because that's where the money is. Besides that, with my level of energy and being very aggressive, one other business that I realized has a huge potential in West Nile region is actually hospitality and tourism. With my partner, where we share 50-50% shares, I decided to venture with him into hospitality And by God's grace, in the month of June, we'll be opening a 58-roomed hotel in Arua. So those are the few businesses that I'm doing. And of course, we've talked about value addition. And now passionately, I'm growing and also encouraging other farmers. And I would like to encourage the farmers of Westnile to go into growing sunflower and soya, because we want to start aggressively making our own edible cooking oil. There's a lot of adulterated cooking oil in the market, and the prices are alarming. I don't know what the cost of cooking oil is where you are, but where I live, a liter of cooking oil is now 13,000 shillings. So we don't know what tomorrow will be like. So I want to encourage our farmers in this house today, let's grow sunflower, be sure of market. Let's grow soya, be sure of market. We will come and buy you sunflower, buy soya, make virgin cooking oil, edible, clean, 100% for our people of Westnile, Congo, South Sudan, and other parts that we can be able to reach. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Anne, let's clap for Anne. She just saw what many of us do not see easily, and she saw that that was an opportunity. What a wow. I think you need to clap for her again. Let me come to Emmanuel of Zawadi. Tell us your story very briefly, and share with us your challenges and how you think that, you know, in partnership with government, in partnership with the rest, networking, those challenges can be overcome.
Thank you, Charles. I've been seeing you on TV together. I mean, today we are together. Thank
on
you
UBC.
for hosting us. Yeah. I'm going to have two. First, before I tell you where I belong, I would like to bring out, because government of Uganda has done very many interventions to help, which we call the local community or local investors. But there's a gap. Sometimes in many cases we make intervention without understanding. For example, if we said West Nile local investors, these people, what do they have as individuals? Which group do they belong to? We have two entry points in the business. Somebody who makes his money somewhere, either earning or any other investment or sale of something, he wants to get involvement in business. This person will sit down and work business plan, how much business I want to undertake, how much will it cost, and what is going to be the turnover, how am I going to pay it off, which bank can give me loan. This is a different entry of other people into business. But there are other people who started very small as to survive. As they continue surviving, they continue changing positions, and accidentally they found themselves where they are, to the point they are recognized. Now, if you want to do intervention, sometimes you have to understand how many groups you want to help belong to which one. If I can tell through my experience, I'm one of those. Many of us, if I can say it, at least in West Nile, we are looking at least more than I can say it, either 70 to 80% belong to people who started very small and they found themselves at a level where you recognize them without having business plan, without having where to go. So when you don't understand this person, your intervention will be wrong. he will not benefit him. I got Uganda Investment Authority in 2002. I got it, the last is 2002. But that time, even here when you were explaining, something missed in my mind. If I go back, how am I going to tell to the people whom I left behind? Because this, if I can put you in very simple terms, if a girl worked here, as beautiful as she is, among us here, we can spot ourselves, we can say, who can face that girl? We can have this. Who can face that girl? We estimate ourselves. We can say that, Vincent, you go and face that girl. So in every life, people think this one belongs to us. When the Uganda Investment Authority came first, all the local investors think it does not belong to them. It belongs to people who come out. That time we engaged even Maggie Kigong. He said for you to be an investor, to be recognized as an investor, you must have $60,000 as to declare to you as you are an investor. For example, today I have not got even clearly, if I go there to that table, what can determine you as an investor, as a local person, to be recognized as an investor. That one has not come clearly. So I'm with that old memory. Therefore, many of our individuals are this type of groups that started from small and they continue changing their business, changing their way of doing things. They found themselves to the position of recognition. Okay. If we want to make intervention to this person, you must understand him first.
Thank you.
So that he can do. So my experience is, we are here, and the industrial park has come. The government is very, very strategic, and we brought this one here. The point is, what type of people are we going to attract here?
Thank you very much.
Yes.
That's a very important point, and let's clap for him as well. The issue of credit, starting small, which for me has tickled my ears. In the course of the discussion, perhaps after, maybe the team from Uganda Investment Authority, he has posed a big challenge. Who is an investor? And I can even add, who is a domestic investor? Probably we need to make that clear for the sake of all our people and the people who are our audiences right now. I think that, thank you very much, Emmanuel, for raising those points. And of course, the issue of the attitude. At what point do you think that there is enough money to start? And for me, that brings me to Vincent Okaba of Rock Oils. Because I saw him, I know how he would run small. And today, over 25 petrol stations strewn all over Uganda. I'm sure now he's thinking of going to Congo, he's thinking now of going to South Sudan. Vincent, tell us how that starting small helped in 2 minutes, and also the challenges that you face and how they are overcome.
Thank you, Charles. By name, I'm Kaba Vincent, like you said. I come from Parombo. A lot has been said about Parombo. I come from there. A very proud man from Parombo, like Charles himself. I was born there. I grew up there. I started the business there. I was born in a business family. My father was a businessman, a small-scale businessman at the level of Parombo. The way he brought us, he had a small pickup doing transport. And the way that small pickup brought us up is something that I started looking at when I'm very young, that I need to become a businessman, beyond Parombo actually. During my time of primary school, I started selling kerosene. That's why I'm so much attached to fuel business. I started selling kerosene in the market. That is primary 3, 4, 5. And it's from there that from Paraffin, if we can all remember, Nebi district by then, actually the entire West Nile, we never had any competent fuel station. So we started buying fuel from actually across, because there was no petrol station in Uganda, selling as OPEC boys along the road in Parombo and Nebi. It continued like that up to when I reached Senior 4, actually right here in Angal. I think the best moment of my life was when I was suspended from school, because I never liked personally to be in school. And when I was suspended, I felt like that's how I was going to achieve my dream, because my father was so much into getting education. Then I continue massively from there. Not until 2000, when I left Parombo for Nebi, doing some other business. I don't want to go into so many things. Then in 2006, I built the first station. I'm not in partnership with anybody. I'm happy to be here to share with you this. But when we are trying to talk about industrialization, there are things that I want to put forward to us here. There is no way that we are going to put industries here without considering things like, one, people have been talking about transport. Transport is a major factor. Yes, we may have the trucks, but now the challenge in our region, so many people have talked about it, is actually the road. Cost of maintaining trucks, because at the end of the day, it counts on the business. When you look at our road, I'm happy that Honorable Minister himself has made a mention about that. It has made business very, very difficult for us. Each time your truck cross to Karuma coming back, you have to put about 1 million or more to repair it. And the money is coming from the business with the meager profit we are getting. So I have all along been thinking when maybe I can have a moment like this and tell people in authority, like you, Honorable Minister of Finance, because we are made to know that you are in charge of our money in Uganda, to always make sure that things like road, surely, we cannot just be suffering like that. We are paying taxes. A truck of fuel is 50 million. That is what we paid in tax. Alone, I sell about 2 million liters. I paid in billions. But each time, all the profit we are making is actually we are spending on maintenance of the truck just because of our road. That is one thing. Now, two, we must think about labor. We are talking about labor. Labor. Majority of us in West Nile are drop out from school like me. And it is actually worse these days, like Honorable Minister Kuyoshinyo was saying. So many of the youth, they have resorted to staying along the road, doing nothing. We have had so many Ugandans have been sent out to learn about oil, because soon we are going to start producing oil. When you think of putting industrial park here, why don't you put a technical school here to start training our people? So that by in the next 2-3 years, when the factory will be built, at least our people will be having some knowledge on how they're going to actually even get employed here. Now, 3, capital. So many banks are here. You have been saying money is there. I'm telling you, people, you are just talking. Money is there. You go to bank. Bank will tell you to, I don't know. What they will request from you is actually what you don't even ask. You don't even have. So many things. The procedure is too long. And more so, if they give you the money and you want to ask for a longer period, the longer the period, the more the interest. So how are we going to survive in business like that? So this is something that you should also have to look into. I don't know whether UDB is for Uganda government or it is for who, I don't know. Like some other banks we know are for foreigners. So if UBD is for Uganda government, something different must be done to support the business people of Uganda. Yeah. Power. We need power. People came here to promise us power. When Reko said for the last 2 months, like Honorable Anita said, we hope so, that it will continue like that. But I have heard that gentleman talking about having, I think, fewer people connected. You know, how do you expect people of Westnile to get connected when the cost of connecting electricity is too high? If we want people to pay, let us give them free connections. You go to Parombo here, power not there. So how are people going to pay? Let government put money, inject in these people of electricity to give free distribution. And that is when, at the end, you will reap more. But if you don't connect people, you will be here saying the consumers are not there. They are there. But they cannot afford your 1 million. A poll is 1,700,000. How many people can afford that? Yes. Even 5 million. You get it? Take to us the power and see if you cannot use it.
Honorable Minister, just for your information, I have seen all the district leadership are actually shouting, it is this much, it is this much. So Okaba is not the only one saying it.
Yeah. Now, they are charging for industrial consumption. A unit is 600 Uganda shillings. Commercial, for other residents, about 700. It is too much. Now, what will we be proud of as Ugandan? That we have enjoyed of our government also anyway. Like we are hearing, you know, other countries now, things are very expensive. Government is trying to subsidize things. But why can't you talk to these guys to make sure that they put the price that we can afford, so that when we have the power, we pay them? So that is that. Then the next thing is about market. What is the target market for this industrial park? I concur with our brother from Congo. Whatever we are going to put here, 70% of the market is in Congo. Now, the challenge of Congo, road. It is good you have talked about it, Honorable Minister. Muse has been coming here. You know, we love him so much. We campaign for him with our money. This small road of 15 kilometers from Nebi to Goli here, 10 years. Can you imagine? 10 years. Now, between Muse and you, the Minister of Finance, who is a liar? You get it? My prayer is that the next budget you are going to read, at least if we cannot go up to Paida, War, connecting to Arua, that side, at least Nebi, Goli, in your next budget, Honorable Minister, in June, this year actually. Not only that, Honorable Minister, do you know that between Goli and Bunia, we have a lot of market. It is only about 200 kilometers. But during rain season, you take 1 full week. We have heard on the program, you have started that side of Western Uganda. That is still Uganda, it is not bad. So why don't you sometimes also start with us? We have heard industrial park, you started in Namamve, you went to Mbale, now you are in Westnile. Sometimes you should also put Westnile in your priorities. Let something start from here as well. Now, my request is, let the road between Goli and at least Bunia. By the way, Goli and Bunia is 200 kilometers, 176. Goli, actually, when you take Goli to Kisangani, is about 1,000, a distance like Kampala, Mombasa. But going to Kisangani, you will even take 1 full month, just because of the road. And yet all the potential for our business is there. So something should be done about that if you want to improve business in West Nile. Another thing is security. We have had Ugandan soldiers are fighting on
have kept saying Wechi, Wechi. Now, Honorable Minister, Wechi, Wechi means don't stop, continue. Now, I'm having a difficulty even moderating Okaba because it seems he has mobilized the business community the other side. And, but Okaba, lastly.
Okay, lastly, it is now about what is affecting especially fuel dealers in West Nile. I am sure you are aware about this. The influx of smuggled fuel. All the Congo bordering districts, there is no business. There's so many fuel dealers here. They can bear witness with me. Why? In Congo, a truck of fuel, petrol, the tax is $6,000, which is about 20 million. In Uganda, it is 50 million, one truck. Now, I am happy that Congo, actually DRC has joined East African Community. If there could be something done about the tax barrier, that is the only thing that is going to save the business here. We are struggling. Do you know a whole petrol station selling like 5,000 liters a whole month because you are in Parombo at the border? And you will, when you go on Congo side, you will find there is a depot selling 10 trucks where there is even no community. You get it? And they're targeting our market. By the way, we are losing a lot in taxes also because if we were selling a lot, I think we would also be paying a lot of taxes to government. So, involve Congolese, I think, negotiate with them a way of how you can actually strengthen their revenue system such that we can have something at par. Thank you so much.
Now, Honorable Minister, I know it is good you have your colleagues and you have young blood around you like the Honorable Anite and the board, the Honorable Kuyochin. They will do the running for you to sort out these issues, Honorable Minister. Given the plethora of and the many challenges that Okaba has raised, very practical challenges, day-to-day challenges, but we must resolve them. And they have said it is our government, so they have to resolve. Honorable Minister, that is your burden. Now, the proprietor of Gulf Apartments, your time now. How did you, what are your challenges? How did you yourself make it? How do we learn from you how to also become rich like Lou?
Thank you very much, Charles. Thank you, everybody. I'm called Kermund George Adubango. I'm the Executive Director of KG Adubango Construction Engineering Works Limited. I started from a humble background, the way the rest have said. I started as a photographer. I had a small camera called Nokia by then. I didn't have transport. I started on foot. Then God blessed me with the bicycle. I rode a bicycle for more than 5 years. I progressed to a motorcycle. Now I'm here. So my opportunity unlocked when the current government took over power. His Excellency, the President of Uganda, took over power, and he brought in the policy of decentralization of governance. So, after bringing the decentralization of governance, we can remember time came when they said all the P7 children should sit exams when they have passport photos. And that's when I got my opportunity. It happens that by then we were only 2 photographers in Nebi. It was me and one Muse called Ondoga. So
the whole of Nebi district?
The whole of Nebi district from Pakwach
and
up to
And Nebi district, remember Nebi district had Pakwach, Zombo and Nebi as one.
Yeah. So we entered into an agreement that we should divide Zombo Nebi district into two. So I took one side, Mzee Ndoga took another side. Now from there, being a young man, and Mzee Ndoga was a bit old, I finished my side very fast. Then the district education officer asked that I should now go and help Mzee Ndoga to take his part also. And I managed to get some money. The same government, thanks to President Museveni, came up with the decision of decentralization. There was no construction company in the whole of West Nile region. Then I said, why shouldn't I take this opportunity? Now that I have the money, which I made from photography, why don't I start supplying the local government? And I start doing this business. And then I started supplying districts. I was the first person to bring photocopier machine in Nebi, in the whole of West Nile region. People would bring photocopying work from Ajumani, Moyo, Arua, all to Nebi. And I was the one photocopying. Now I started supplying office scholastic material and other things needed, furnitures, everything. From there also I made money. I said, now, what next? I didn't go, I'm not an engineer. I said, why don't I form a construction company? Then I went ahead, I formed a construction company called KG Adumango Construction Engineering Works Limited, and I started constructing bridges, houses, using the engineers, the educated ones, who knows what to do. So from there, I started my work, I started making money. And after making some money, I graduated to pickups, and I started buying tippers. And then when the money was excess, I came and put the hotel, Gaff Apartment, which is a subsidiary of the construction company. And from there up to now, I'm still in construction company, still active. I've been in construction company for 27 years, and the hotel is ongoing. So, in business, first of all, it is not the money which can make you get money. First of all, have the idea and have the zeal. You should have the zeal to turn that idea into a developmental ideas. Even if you are given billions of shillings now and you take it, they give to you that go and start the business. If you don't have the ideas, you will not go anywhere. Take for example, go to university. You'll get a very good professor teaching people in economics, business. Give 10 billion to the professor, send him to go to business. He will not make it. It will not. So it is about using the idea and put it correctly. Now, coming to business, I thank you, Minister of Finance and Uganda Investment Authority, for coming for us. It is good. We pray that the COVID should go away. People in West Nile are suffering. What is making us to suffer is, some of it is just information. Because right now I heard that Upcountry Hotel is not supposed to pay VAT. But in real sense, we are paying VAT to Revenue Authority. You see? So I'm even lost. I will need a lot of education about this. Then two, the issue of tax. It is not bad to pay tax, but should not be to some few people. You know? I think Uganda Revenue Authority should take it personally to move and talk to people in a friendly way, to people who are doing even small businessmen, business, they should really sensitize them how to start paying some little money in tax, whether they are not registered. And then when you get enough area of tax collection, then the burden which is coming on few people to pay the tax and make the country realize their target will reduce. Because if there are more people paying tax, I think the level of the burden will reduce. Other than leaving it to some few people to pay the tax, and you find the level, the burden is too much. If you put VAT alone is 18%. And then there is a corporate tax, 6%. So we are paying around 24% out of the business. So you will find the money you are making, you will not go anywhere. You will always remain at that level and you will not push any further. So really, Minister of Finance, with your team, try to take the issue of tax to a certain level, even to the cabinet. Let them look into this matter seriously. However much we convince people to come and do business, if the tax is overburdening them, we shall not go far.
Thank you.
And then,
thank you. Sorry.
Okay. Then I'm happy. My previous speakers have said everything. What Vincent has said, I agree with it. All what he has said is fact. So if we take this matter, he has put what Hope has put and Emmanuel has put into practice. Trust me, it is not only for Westnile region, it's for the whole of Uganda. You will make money and you will get bigger tax level than what we are getting now. Because for now we are just running after few people and we are closing their doors, pay the tax, do this, but others are just there. They are not paying this tax. So I thank you very much. I thank the government of Uganda, more especially my President Yoweri Museveni, for seeing very far, and I've seen now the future of Westnile is going to be secured. I thank you very much.
Thank you very much for those candid sharing. I'm going to now, I am managing the time, and I can see we are left with about 22 minutes. So I'm going to come back to each of you to ask you how, in your view, we are going to use this, take advantage of the industrial park and the opportunities that come with, cross-border access to market, especially with the DRC Congo now. Our brothers and sisters are here. They want to listen in and see. And of course, is it Patrick? Patrick said in his presentation that DRC is back home. And he said that, that Ituri province mostly depends on Uganda. And therefore, there is market, there is business to do. That's what I captured from his presentation. One of the entrepreneurs from Westnile, called Grace Katima, requested to share a minute of her own business experience. She is the MD of Koroga Uganda Limited. Morris, kindly lend her your microphone. Grace, can we hear from you? In 1 minute. Feel free, feel free.
Good afternoon, ladies
Good afternoon.
and gentlemen, all protocol observed. My name is Grace Katima, and
speak to the microphone.
Yes, my name is Grace Katima, and I'm in the industry of food and beverages. Currently, I am the distributor of most coffee machines in the country, but I'm happy that this opportunity has come up because there is a lot of coffee being grown in Zombo, in Erusi, Nebi, and I don't see why the coffee should cross to Kampala when we can put a processing plant in
Westnile.
In Westnile, yes. And we can also assemble the machines because right now I have I know the patent for wherever I'm getting the machines from and how they are very simple to assemble, and we can, give them to different people to sell their coffee. Mr. Okaba, I can give you machines for all your petrol stations and you sell coffee here. But currently, the machines we have to export coffee from Egypt and Kenya. So, and recently, Uganda pulled out of the ICO. So we have a very big opportunity here. And also, Miss Anne, I'm with you on the oil. There's a lot of simsim grown in Westnile. We can do a processing unit for simsim oil because it's now called for the healthy options. Thank you.
Any challenges specific that you want to cite out?
It's
Any
pretty
challenges
much
that you're
acquisition
facing?
for land and licenses to do these things.
Did you raise your hand when the Honorable Anita asked whether you're saved? You know, in other words, after listening to the opportunities, the potential opportunities that the industrial park will present, she asked how many people, by show of hands, want to acquire land here.
Yes,
did you
I
raise
did.
your hand?
Yes, I did. And
Good.
I was also very inspired by her as a female.
No, since she left politics, she's very inspirational. When she talks
Thank
money,
you.
money inspires everybody. So definitely that's... money inspires everybody, including, there is a culture that I learned when I went to Buganda. When a child is born, immediately every person coming, they put money on the chest of the child. So even a one-day-old child is inspired by money, as far as I'm concerned, in Uganda at least. Now, Bob, the opportunities, in your view, how are you now going to take it up? Do you see yourself growing bigger, maybe in the next 1 year after this, after the minister has commissioned the first building here, the first industry, that we shall come back and we will be celebrating you doubling your investment capacity?
Thank you, Charles.
Microphone.
Actually, thank you, Mr. Charles. In the first place, I didn't get time to tell you how I started my business, but all is well. We can go to the next stage. But the few things I can tell about my experiences in business, business is difficult. This is why we have a lot of allegation as business people on us, magic, what, because it's hard. It's not simple as you think. I started business when I was 13 years. Very young boy. That's the first day I removed my table on the main street of Parombo town. And during the course of time, I could go to school, I would leave the business. When I come back, I make sure I keep whatever helps me to do business. We worked till then up to today. But the experience I got in business, the first thing is respect. Respect. So when you want to do business, you must have respect. Because you cannot go alone, at least there should be someone to give you access for anything. So the experience that I have, one is respect. Second is determination. Third, being focused. Why many people fail in business, according to my thinking, is because they just want to do business. No, it's not the business you think. It is creating target and reducing on your problems. Because many people just want money to get rich. No, where are you going with the richness? A businessman must know that we all of us have doors of problems. Door one, others have 50 doors and windows, others have 20. So every day think of closing the doors of problems, of your problems. The more you close the doors of your problems, then the more you will start saving. Because if your problem is education, you already work and solve the problem of school fees. If your problem is medical care, you have worked on medical care. If your problem is food, you have worked on food. Why don't you save? Others want motorcycle when they cannot even get food at their home. Why do you go for motorcycle? Label the problems. Problems number 1, problems number 2, problems number 3. Then deal with them accordingly. Don't jump the first problem. This is an advice.
Thank you.
Actually, what I wanted to talk about, our going, how we can, what we can do for industrial park.
Yes, in 1 minute, because the minister
What we
wants
need.
to, you are blessed because the minister has requested that he wants to specifically respond to the issues that you have raised.
What we need
So
actually.
I'm going to cut down on your time a bit, but give you 1 minute each.
What,
so that
we,
the rest
what,
I save for the minister.
what I think that can help our industrial park is bringing together our local leaders to change mindsets of our people, basing on farming, changing their ideology on what they farm. Two, what we need next, the money, the people should be trained, because we lack people. Our people don't know what we call work, just work. Work, if anything is given right now to our people, we still don't know work. So the mindset of people should be changed by our leaders to learn that work is work, not money first, it is work. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And that point is an important point. Let's clap for Bob. And the leaders from government here, the ministers, already have talked about the mindset change being one of the pillars under the parish development model. MPs, that is your, that's going to be your burden with the other political leaders. You need to engender that pillar for our people, so that that mindset change takes place when you sensitize them on the parish development model. Thanks, Bob. Emmanuel, how to use the opportunities of the industrial park in 1 minute.
Thank you very much. This opportunity, I'm requesting, Minister, through you, we ask and request His Excellency President of the Republic of Uganda to maintain for some time that position of Anite, because she is the one that can run. This is so. She is the one who is energetic, that can move. Any slip of her position, we are gone.
I am
so
sure.
I think that one is serious.
I am sure that
Emmanuel, been saying that.
Emmanuel,
Yeah.
first wait. Now, this is a symposium of Westnile. Now that you have said that, I want to say that whoever is doing the rapporteuring should capture that as resolution number 1.
If that is our resolution, I will stand fast.
Thank you very much. I will support you.
Yes. Having said that, what I wanted to do is this one to benefit us as people of West Nile is this industrial park should not be treated the same like the one in the Mbale, like the one in the Namamve. You have to treat this one more or less as local. So my request is, if government can go ahead and put, because it is my belief that youth developed by competition. When they see somebody dressed nicely, they will look for that cloth. When they see somebody doing something and it is recognized, they will go for that.
Thank you.
So I think for the local people, because this manufacturing can be manned by either 2 people or sometimes 3 people to begin, this category of people may not be capable to put a stall or to put a factory of their own. But if the government can put at least 1 block, like this house, and it is given to local people who may have manufacturing at local level to develop there, you will get many people on board. That is my request.
Thank you very much, Emmanuel. Vincent, how to use the industrial park here. You raised the challenges, but now the how.
Thank you, Charles. I have not personally been into the manufacturing business, but I'm trying to get convinced. And Honorable Minister, we can assure you we have the money and we are going to invest on this land. because that's the only way we are going to help employ our people.
And I didn't hear any clap.
But what I told you is something you should take serious. Otherwise, this industrial investment here is not going to help us if you don't consider the security, the road and revenue system of DRC.
And power.
And power.
Yes. Thank you very much, Vincent. The minister, of course, is going to respond to the specific issues that you guys raised. Anne.
Thank you. Last year when we visited this place with a team from Uganda Investment Authority, I straight away posted on my Facebook page how excited I was as a West Niler to know that NEBI had given land. And somebody commented and said, you people want to start grabbing our land. What did that mean? People get scared. People don't know whether this is meant for them. But my people of West Nile, this industrial park is for us. And if we do not take charge and grab this opportunity, then other people will come, because there is no limitation.
Okay.
If you cannot do it alone, if I cannot do it alone, let's build partnerships.
Okay.
Get one other person or two or three and see what you can do together, because this land is free. Why don't we make a move and take this land and put it to good use? So this starts with us. This is our land. It's for us. Let's start thinking quick of what we can do on this land. We already had the booklet. There are a lot of opportunities there. Let's grab them. And I will still say, if you cannot do it alone, get somebody, a like-minded person, come and do it with them. Before the team allocates land to our brothers from India, from China, from the Central region, with respect, we want to see our West Nile people. I want to see you, I want to see me being a part of the owners of factories in this land.
Thank you very much, Anne. Thanks a lot for that passion and for that zeal and for that encouragement. Finally, KG of GAF.
Yeah, thank you very much, Charles. For me, I see a lot of opportunity in this park. First of all, for our people in West Nile, the food stuff. This park is going to employ a lot of people. They will need to eat. People who are keeping cows, they will need meat, they will need milk. And for people who are in service industries, I know across West Nile, people will come. People are booking their goods. Some will choose to stay in Arua. Some will choose to stay in Koboko. Some will choose to stay in Nebi. That is all money coming to West Nile. And another thing, I would like to request the team from Congo, what they have said now, for us, in order to benefit, let them talk to their border authorities. You know, the borders authority in Congo, sometimes they don't respect the voice of their bosses. The bosses are talking a different thing. Now with them, they do a different thing. So what we request is let them now reign on the people at the border, so that the people who are coming for business this side move in harmony. People who are leaving Uganda going to Congo, they move in harmony. I know we shall benefit a lot, and it will not benefit only West Nilers, even Congo. But the only thing, with the Congo, the big people talks well, the small one are terrible. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister, and your colleagues, Honorable Anite and Honorable Grace and Honorable Huda. Thank you very much for listening into this, and of course the MPs and board of UIA. Allow me now give opportunity for the minister to respond to the specific issues that were raised. They are a number, but Honorable Minister, also a request. One of the MPs wrote to me and said that whenever these businessmen, investors come to you, listen to them and see how you can assist them urgently in the issues that they raise. You're most welcome.
I have been forced. I have been forced to come back to the podium because I have been challenged. And you know, I like challenges myself, so I want to respond to the challenges. First of all, I want to thank KG. Thank you, Muzei, for being proactive. That is what we should think. Don't look at the problems first. Look at the opportunity. Then once you have seen the opportunity, then now you begin to look at the problems. So with respect to my son, Okaba Vincent, I think you are better to be my son. Don't look too much about the problems. Look after the opportunities first. Then once you have concretized the opportunities, then now you start looking for the way. Otherwise you will be stuck. You'll be frightened. In business, like in politics, you don't know what will happen. Now, capital. Money. And I think I really again KG thank him. Is not the problem, it is the idea. First and foremost, the idea. Are you convinced that that idea is useful? Then once that one has come, money. Please listen to me. There is a lot of money in Uganda. Have you heard? Have you heard me? All those banks are full of money, including my UDB. But in order to access it, you must qualify. You must go with the correct project proposal, and then they are dying to lend. The interest yet, that one we can sort out later on. Interest can be high, that one I don't. But the money, at least maybe I can talk for my banks. There is UDB, particularly for industry. That is one of the main area of targeting. There is Post Bank. I'm talking about my government. There is housing finance. You go there with a well-worked out proposal. If they refuse to listen to you, please get in touch with me, because I'm their boss. I will punish them. But you must go with a well-worked out proposal which will make sure that they get back their money. Power. The cost we have discussed, I don't want to repeat this. Power is coming. Things also, by the way, you must also help us. You must sympathize with the government. We can't do everything at the same time. It's not possible. It's like when you are running a family. I don't think most of you, I'm sure here you are married. You don't solve all your problems in a family at a go. It's not possible. You go one by one by one by one. The most important thing is that you must budget, you must plan. Passable roads, I agree with you. You know, my daughter there, I call her Chichi. She's on me on Nebi Gold Road, but this time let me pronounce here. Let me go and look for money to do that road. Markets should be part of your planning. Don't begin to do something without knowing where you're going to sell the products, because you will be wasting your time. In your proposal, particularly if you want to go and borrow money, you must plan where is the market, where are you going to get the market. In security, we are handling that one, you know that very well. I was not aware that we have got a lot of insecurity on the other side. Or the only problem I know was the border with our brothers, the South Sudanese. But all around. No. Oh, okay. Very good, very good. I will report to the security officer. I will report it. And even the president will know about this. Oh, she's here, by the way. You could come and answer back. Come and tell them. Come, daughter. You come. You come. She's here. You answer about the question of security.
Honorable Minister, indeed we had some issues of insecurity here, but our men in uniform responded quickly. Even that group was disorganized. We have picked some of them, where one of them is even our own around here. We are all aware. The leader, he was captured, and is still with us.
No, they are fighting.
What I'm saying is, we have not left that gap. We are there. I am not saying that we have completely worked out those ruminants, but the government is there. Indeed, in issues of security, let us appreciate the government of Uganda. No, but that's why now we are talking about Congo joining East African Cooperation. That is one of the areas where our two governments are working. That's exactly what they are doing in our borders with the Kasese, and they are also coming here and doing that. Issues of security, the government of Uganda is super, and that is one of the major reasons why the citizens of this country have believed in this government. That has been one of our keys, the flagship that we are flagging everywhere in this country. I am aware I'm part of this, even in Southern Sudan. Last week I was there. They have crossed, they are carrying our cows, they are carrying things, but these are the things the government is working. Our government cannot just cross there and begin to fight everything. We have to move slowly by slowly, my brothers. Thank you.
I think you have heard that one. I also carry the message to the minister, her colleague, the Minister of Defense, but I also talked to the President about that issue. Now, differentiated taxes and duties. We are looking at all the duties and taxes. I think this was raised by is it Mzee Kegi, or is it who? Is it you, Vincent, who raised it? It is you who raised it. We are looking at the whole structure of duties and taxes, so that these taxes are equitable. They are not decided. And I was very impressed. I don't know who said that. I think it was Mzee Keji who said, please let us all pay taxes when they are due. I often say, let me repeat it here for everybody to hear. Paying a tax is a noble responsibility of any citizen. Paying taxes is a noble responsibility. You should not avoid taxes. Don't cheat. You are cheating yourself. Let me tell you, when you pay your taxes, you are actually investing. When you give me your taxes, I will do the roads for you. I will bring the power for you. I will bring water. I will pay the soldiers and the police that will protect your assets. So please don't cheat yourself by refusing to pay taxes. But you should pay taxes in accordance with the rules and the regulations currently, which at that time are applicable. So, but otherwise, we shall study this differentiated tax system, which you people raised here. Tax for every money maker. Yeah, I finished that one. Now, retain honor, Anita. Well, I have no power on that one. But if chance gives, if chance gives, I get a chance, I will whisper. Thank you. Now, I would like that you release me. I have to rush to Mubende to look after my cows, I told you. Okay. And I want to go and look after my cows tonight and tomorrow. So thank you very much indeed for hosting us. Let us keep in touch and make sure that please things which we have agreed upon, we will do our bit, but we also want like to do our bit. I wish you, all of you, to become rich. Thank you.
Honorable Minister officially opened the park.
To launch, to open the seminar. Okay, given to me by the Constitution of Uganda and His Excellency the President, I wish now to declare that this park is officially open.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister. Charles and Tim.
Let's clap for the Honorable Minister once again.
Charles, as you say farewell to your team, just shortly, allow me to request the Honorable Minister and the ministers to walk with our chief guest through the exhibition as he walks to his car. So, Honorable Anita will lead you, Honorable Minister.
Okay.
The Director General and the Chair, if you could lead the Minister to the exhibition hall as we conclude. Yes, Charles.
Thank you very much, Maurice. Thank you, Minister and your colleagues. I now want to request, ladies and gentlemen, let's clap for the entire panel. Bob, Emmanuel, Okaba, Ann, and KG. As we were having a discussion, the PPS Honorable Dr. Omona says that tell those business people, the investors, that even us, the people of West Acholi, the West Acholi farmers are part of this market. So we are coming and very happy that this summit has been a success. So thank you very much, Dr. Omona, and the rest as well. Thank you very much. Morris, I think we need now to make announcements for lunch.
Thank you very much. David, I wanted Charles to request you in the local language to request the people to remain seated. We have lunch, and we will usher them in batches. If they can remain seated until we've ushered them to lunch.
Thank you. What you watch mokumanok nea dano cheke ke obed kakagi wawe kuelo mube shido ka neno piny majiti ka nyutu cha gishidi jubechi serving cham kawoni eni ashas bibinu ni luongu kukama utie iye kudi uai malo ni kum cham utie mabiro modano zo juyobu piu ashas gibe binu kawoni eni ni luongu kitemo bi serving kodo wafoyo.
Thank you very much, Charles. Ladies and gentlemen, we are serving lunch very shortly, and as Charles has mentioned, please remain seated. Our beautiful ushers will guide you to the serving centers. We want to thank our media partners, NBS and UBC, who are going to immediately shut down. And we want to thank you so much for the live broadcast since morning. Please stay with us. We have the 2 sessions that are coming after lunch. 2 panel discussions, one moderated by our chair, Morrison Rakakamba, and the other by Joseph Sabiti. I think you will need to be part of this conversation, so I'm requesting that you remain with us. So after lunch, please return, and we shall start as soon as we can. We are hoping that in the next 30 minutes, around 5:35, we should be starting the first session. And the first session is on financing, and the banks are here, and the banks will be